facial expressions, seeing their body language, and being able to relate to people on an interpersonal basis. I think sometimes things are getting a little detached, and I would hope that, as technology continues to evolve, that the personal touch is maintained. And don't get me wrong, technology is a great thing. Computers have allowed us to accomplish a lot and do a lot more efficiently.
Call the Common Council back to order. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Alderperson Barzak.
Here.
Chaplesky.
Here.
Haas.
Here.
Lysick.
Here.
May.
Here.
Probst. Here. Frankie. Rote.
Here.
Vitale.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
10 present and not excused.
We have a quorum, and we have no administration and finance report this evening, so we will go right to Public Works. Alderman Barzak.
Mayor Devine. I'd like to bring your attention to items number 17, 19, 20, and 21 on tonight's agenda. They've been approved by all 5 members of the committee. I move for adoption of the committee's report.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second by Alderman Reinke. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Barzak.
Aye.
Chaplesky. Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
Probst.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
10 in favor, none opposed.
Motion carries.
Mayor Devine, that is it for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Barzak. We will go to Safety and Development Committee. Alderman Lysick.
Mayor Devine, I refer you to items 22, 23, 30, 31, 32, and 33 on your agenda. These are various communications, resolutions, and ordinances acted upon favorably by all 5 members of the committee. I move for adoption of the committee report on those items.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second by Alderman Vitale. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Barzak.
Aye.
Chaplesky.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
Probst.
Aye.
Frankie.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
10 in favor, none opposed.
Motion carries.
I then refer you to items 29A and 29B on your agenda. It's a resolution and a special use permit to determine special use for the Doghouse Tavern for extension of premises to utilize an existing outdoor patio. Motion was for denial, acted upon by 4 members of the committee, 1 member opposed. I move for adoption of the committee report on those items.
Second.
There is a motion with a second by Alderman Barzak. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman
I was
Vitale.
not going to reiterate some of the questions came in during the Safety and Development Committee meeting. But I would like to say again, in the future, and I do understand, like I said, a business place could change ownership, and the establishment that could incur some problem with the new ownership in regards special privilege to be able to have an outdoor, could be a dining or smoking outside. I mean, anything you want to call it, or take a drinking outside. So I would like to be in the future, just as cautious, just as well, because I've always been thoughtful how to determine how to cast a vote. So I felt strongly about these locations, the Doghouse, based on their consistency throughout the years. I've been an alderman for almost 27 years, and never from that location has been any problem, just with 2 incidents in regard underage drinking. But the police never been called in for fights, for any other reasons, just to underage drinking at the bar. So that's why I felt strong about the operators. I mean, I don't really know who those people are. I met them during the questions of their applications. So that's why I felt so strong, because I know they're good people and they tried to run a good, honest operation there. So I felt the 8 p.m. Questions came to light, which she agreed. She mentioned to me last time, the last meeting. Then she called me once, and I says, well, if you start talking to the neighbors and agree that for you to have this outdoor patio, I would have no problems, you know? So, and like I said, based on the past records, and that's why my vote was yes, you know? I like to be specific on the common council floor. Thank you.
Mayor Devine?
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman Lysick?
The feeling of the committee was that we had no problem at all with the applicant. Clean record, no problem whatsoever. The issue was more that it didn't appear as though all of the neighbors were on board with the proposal. The patio was in the rear of the property. Most of our outdoor dining patios are in the side yard or the front yards. There are some in the backyards, but this one did not have all of the neighbors signed on to doing it, and so the feeling was that without evidence that all the neighbors were in favor of this, that joined the property, that we would rather not see it happen in the backyard without consensus of the neighborhood.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
Me.
Aye.
Probst.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
No.
Vitale.
No.
Weigel.
Aye.
8 in favor, 2 opposed.
Motion carries.
I then refer you to items 24 through 29 on your agenda. These are various resolutions and communications concerning the creation of TIF number 14, 68th and Mitchell area, and a modification at TIF number 7, the Summit Place. Acted upon favorably by all 5 members of the committee, I move for adoption of the committee report on those items.
Second.
There's a motion with a second by Alderman Probst. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky. Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
Me.
Aye.
Probst.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
No.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
9 in favor, 1 opposed.
Motion carries.
That is all, Mayor Devine.
Thank you. We'll move on to the License and Health Committee. Alderman Chapletsky.
I'd like to report on items number 34 and 35 and 39 through 48 in tonight's agenda. 34 and 35 were licensed for approval. 39 through 48 were police reports voted to place on file by all 5 members. I'd like to move for the adoption of the committee's report.
Second.
There is a motion and a second by Alderman Barzak. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have the Advisory Committee. Alderman Ranky.
Mayor Devine. I direct the council's attention to items number 49 and 50 on tonight's agenda. They are various reappointments, all of which were approved by the committee. I move for their approval. Mayor Devine.
Second.
There is a motion with a second by Alderman May. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
Me.
Aye.
Probst.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
10 in favor, none opposed.
Motion carries.
That is all, Mayor.
Thank you.
Mayor Devine.
Alderman Lysick.
I move that we adjourn until our next regularly scheduled meeting, Tuesday, November 18th at 7 p.m.
Second.
There's a Motion to adjourn, second by Alderman Vitale. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned.